Hi, I am Shana Fannon, interior designer and advocate for connection, and this is Goodbye Design, a show about what defines us as an individual and how that influences what we create. And today, we welcome artist Shana Martirana. Hi, Sean. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
And it's a beautiful painting behind you. I would love for you to share a little bit about who you are and what you do as an artist.
Yes, my name is Shana Martirana. I'm an artist, designer, sometimes producer. I live, work, and play here in Philadelphia. Um, my work revolves around exploring nature's imperfect beauty and the intertwining of art, design, and nature. My current focus is on interior design, decor, and modular textiles that are able to change, adapt for the certain project, space, or mood.
For you, where does a lot of your inspiration as an artist come from? You have a very unique style. What kind of formed you as an artist and then influenced your style?
Yeah, I think the strong style comes from drawing at very simple levels. So it all starts with a very simple idea or iconic imagery, and then it can go and build into detail from there. Like I said before, nature is a very big inspiration for me, especially when I'm working on interiors, because if we are inside, I like to bring the idea, at least, of nature inside as well. Bring that idea of life and growth, and bring that in so the subconscious of the people that are in that space or reacting to that space can feel that, can bring that mood, and it brings the mood up in the space.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of psychology and a lot of study around nature and its effect on us as human beings. And I love what you said there about growth, what brought that about for that association for you.
I think that I realized a lot of the series that I was doing with flowers and animals and florals and fauna kind of came from a childhood place for me. I recently realized that some of my earliest art influences were nature books, sitting on the windowsill of my grandmother's house or my mom's house next to a pair of binoculars. And I really realized that that was probably kind of a major influence of what I do right now. And as I bring it in, I just feel like, nature in itself isn't always perfect. A rose has thorns in it. And I think that the part that everything is not perfect, including nature itself, that at the bottom line, there's always room for growth, and nature will always come back. Unless we disturb it, nature will come back in its own. And I just love the idea that, that if somebody wakes up and moves into their living room or goes to their job, into their work, and they're immediately just in the back of their mind, just to move forward, grow in themselves, whether it's in their project that they're working on, with the group that they're talking with, or just their everyday life.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. I love that, your love for nature and for art came from, looking at art books on your grandmother's windowsill and through binoculars. I think that's fantastic. I love that. Something else I wanted to talk to you about is that beautiful mural that's behind you. Is this a space that you create in? Is this like your studio space? And what inspired that specific piece of art behind you?
Yeah, so I am sitting in my studio space inside my apartment. Especially with quarantine and everything, I really needed a place that I could go to and just throw paint around if I wanted to. And that's kind of what you see behind me here, is that this is just a cardboard wall that I can come to and test out ideas. But it also allows me to have a place where I can work on large paintings that I will attach to this wall, like a canvas or something, work on the painting and be able to and execute very large pieces as well. So this space in particular, I have plastic all over the walls and the ceiling, but it's really great that this room is a room in itself. So I can leave, say if I'm spraying spray paints or something, like I can step away from the space and my living space isn't affected by what is being done in this space particular.
So you have a lot of freedom to be an artist in that space, to just be fully immersed in the process and fully able to say, okay, I'm literally just going to throw paint on this wall and play with it and see what happens. And kind of this like blending of like a naturalist and Jackson Pollock. Like that's what it feels like a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. And to follow up on that, it's like I have no fear in this room, right? I'm not fearful that something's going to get damaged. I don't fear that, you know, a paint splat is going to get somewhere. There's freedom here for that. But yes, the kind of, it's interesting. A lot of my work does kind of play on the fine line between chaos and control. You know, I love being able to throw some paint and not knowing how it's going to drip or how it's going to blend in with the colors behind it. But then once that comes down, I then can come back on top of it with a very intentional fine line where that control that I have comes in. So it's kind of that play off of each other all in this one piece.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I love that the space itself is not precious. It's what you're creating in that space that's precious. And you get to really truly focus and put your whole self into what you're creating. Really love that you're able to create that space for yourself in your home, especially during quarantine, because I can't imagine what it's like to be kind of separated from your studio. So to have your studio right there with you and to be able to create, you know, even if it's just like this temporary structure, I really love the beauty of that. That you still were able to connect with that kind of creator space and create that creator space in your home. So just in wrapping up, you know, how is it that people can connect with you, Sean?
Yeah, I'm very open. So if anybody ever wants to reach out, I love creative conversations. So I'm very open. Please, anybody, don't be afraid to reach out on any of the platforms. I'm really all over the place. And if you are looking to find me, a lot of my daily posts are usually done on Instagram. I do post to LinkedIn and Facebook as well. And my website, all of those are just my name, Sean Martirana. So SeanMartirana.com.
Brilliant. That makes it so easy. Well, thank you, Sean. I really appreciate you connecting with us today and being the first guest on the show. We did this together, and I'm so thankful for you, and I'm thankful for knowing you as an artist.
Thank you so much for having me. This is really wonderful. I'm honored to be the first guest, and I cannot wait to see how this show grows.